Disclaimer: I do not own the clips or music shown. These are used for review and entertainment purposes. Thank you. I wonder who sent me these totally real tickets to the new Mario movie. Let's talk about a video game icon that I do not talk about that often. Under a rock, if you don't know who Mario is. All I gotta say is, he's an Italian plumber that saves princesses. So the Super Mario Bros. Movie is an animated movie by Illumination and Nintendo, released very recently in 2023. It stars Chris Pratt for some reason, and Charlie Day and Jack Black and a few other big names. And the movie came out. Some people like it, some people didn't. The plot is basically Mario and his friends have to fight Bowser, and he also has to believe in himself, which I'll get to later on. We're talking about this. Now I gotta talk about my attachment to this character. If you don't know this channel by now, I'm more of a Sonic guy. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Mario. As I enjoy his games, I absolutely love Mario 64. Mario Kart is very fun to play. And watched the old cartoon from the 80s. Also had a few other experiences with this character, but I'm not into this plumber as much as I am with that blue hedgehog over there. And I'm going to say this again before there are angry Nintendo fans in my comments. I like both. I just prefer the blue hedgehog. And I still like Mario, and he had a part in me as a kid. Now, if you're thinking, I'm just going to talk about the new movie, which is weird since you looked at the title of this video. Well, yes, I'm going to talk about that. But also, there was another Mario movie. Super Mario Brothers, the movie. But the older version was released in 1993, starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi. This movie is it's something that exists, and people knows that it exists. Years later, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna compare the two. How times has changed, and compare Mario to Mario. Let's begin. So our original movie begins with, the typical film logos with the original Mario theme playing in the background. But then there's this really good narration from Bob Hoskins.
It just don't get no better than this. Yeah.
Basically, he said about how the dinosaurs were extinct, but not really, as there's a whole parallel dimension full of dinosaurs, which leads to our main plot of the movie. And then it cuts to good old Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as Luigi. And so they're brothers, though like John Leguizamo is like much younger than Bob Hoskins is, clearly. Or should I say Mario and Luigi. Like, pretty much here, Mario's old enough to be Luigi's father, which they basically said that later on in the movie. Also, like, the fact that they're brothers, and like, one of them is some white guy from Brooklyn, while their other one is like, he's Hispanic. He had a mixed family. I don't know. He's adopted. We don't know that. And also, John Leguizamo tried to boycott the new Mario movie. I am not kidding. Look that up. And then Luigi in this movie falls in love with Princess Daisy. Yeah, Princess Daisy. And Luigi says generic lines like, there was like a scene where, wow, it's so beautiful. You're beautiful. Also, you want to learn what Mario and Luigi's last names are?
Name? Mario. Last name? Mario. Okay, what's your name?
Luigi.
Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario.
Okay, look, how many...
Yeah, Mario, and Luigi Mario. For the villains, we have Dennis Hopper as King Koopa in this movie. He looks fantastic, truly fantastic. Great job. Great job. Also, we have the Goombas. They were honestly the highlight of the movie for me. Like, they were so stupid, and they were like nothing from the games, but I didn't care. They were like just the highlight of the movie, and I was just laughing every time they were on screen. Great scene. Fantastic scene. Great scene. Truly a great scene. Meanwhile, with the newer movie. The characters here are not the greatest characters ever, but they're fine. They feel like new characters, but then again, they also feel like their older video game counterparts. And to be fair, in the Mario games, these characters aren't exactly like deep or complex. So, I mean, making a Mario movie in animated form isn't really too hard to do. Because in the games, it's Bowser kidnaps Peach. Mario and Luigi gotta stop Bowser and save her. End of game. But here, it's a little bit different. And, ironically, in this movie, Peach didn't really have to be saved here. And then also, they dropped a scene like a month ago, so it's not really a spoiler, where they were doing like a Mario Brothers commercial for their plumbing business, and it was a nice little commercial. And it's in the movie, and it was there, where it was something that was familiar at the beginning of the movie, and then I was like, wait, huh? And that was it. And now, I guess we should get to the voice cast of these characters. Like I said, Mr. Star-Lord, Emmett Brukowski, and Cooper in that one episode of Ben 10. I think I'm the only one that, or at least one of the few that knew that he was in that episode. Chris Pratt as Mario, which is a choice. Remember, back in like 2021 when they announced the castings, and it was something. And we have Charlie Day as Luigi. And Luigi literally says a line in this movie where he says, it's about the commercial that showed her. Not a commercial. This is cinema. To be honest, Mark Phillips should have been Mario.
Next week I got you.
Okay, alright.
Thank you for being reasonable for once, man.
But their voices here, they don't sound like how they sound typically whenever they do speak in the games. Because Mario characters don't talk that much in the games. A little wahoo and here we go. Here they talk more, and you get used to it later on in the movie, but like it's just Chris Pratt with a slightly more animated voice talking as Mario. Not terrible, but you're like, oh, okay, I know that's Chris Pratt, but it doesn't bother you as you watch the movie. It doesn't. It's not to the point where it's just same thing for Charlie Day. And these performances make it feel like new characters, but also something familiar at the same time. And as for their story arc, I won't give away too much, but it's not completely original. They're not doing so well at the beginning of the movie. Go on a long adventure and start believing in themselves, then everyone starts loving them in the end. It's kind of been done a bunch of times, but oh well. It was like I was just sat down. I was like, okay, like all right. Mario is not a deep and complex character, so I guess they could go that route. Better than a dark and gritty. But these characters, they have some funny lines in the movie, though. I'll admit that. Like kids are gonna like these two. Kids already like Mario, but you know. And we also have Princess Peach, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, and she doesn't get kidnapped in this movie. She's more of a tougher princess. It's totally anti-SJW, anti-woke. 40-something-year-old neckbeards will totally act completely normal to this. And we get to Bowser, played by Jack Black. And for me, he was one of the best parts of this movie. Jack Black is truly an entertaining actor in almost anything he's in. And here, it's no exception. It's like he really enjoyed the role here. Like, he was into it. And it doesn't sound like a normal Jack Black. It doesn't sound like Poe. It sounds like a new voice. Kind of dark and menacing, but also a bit comedic at the same time. A comedy. There's a scene in this movie, which some has already seen, which the clip has dropped recently, of Bowser on the piano. And it's perfect. So Bowser is a massive simp in this movie. Name accurate. Like, he really wants to get with Princess Peach, to the point where it's scary. Like I said, we got to see Jack Black and his amazing singing talents.
Five Nights at Freddy's, that's where I wanna be. Five Nights at Freddy's.
And speaking of music, there's a lot of songs that you hear in other movies that is in this movie. And it's like, it's just like song. You could just watch a scene and be like, oh, so they're gonna play that song, and then they do. Like, I was just like choosing songs that has been used so many times in other movies. And there's also a song in the movie that a lot of people associate that with another animated movie, and it may or may not have a talking cat or a donkey. That song, I was just like, I want to watch that movie now. You know, to be honest, they should have played Knuck If You Buck in the movie.
What are you talking about?
Luigi!
And, so, as we get to our great third act of the other movie, as we see Mario and Luigi in their classic costumes that they got only an hour into the movie, as they encounter King Koopa. And all I gotta say is, it's a truly a great third act. They win, of course, and they go back home. But there's one thing, though.
You're never gonna believe this.
I believe it.
You do?
I believe.
They actually tried to set up a sequel. I'm disappointed that there wasn't more sequels of Super Mario 1993. Easily better than all the games and the new movie. It's the greatest movie of all. It's actually not that good, of course, but it's kind of a so bad it's good quality to it. How it's nothing like the games, and some of the things the characters say is laughable. Also, the effects are effects. Goombas are Goombas. It's some of the things in this movie obviously shows the time of when this movie was made, and it's a fun watch at how not good it is, and I could see myself rewatching it sometime. I recommend it. If you're looking for an unironically good movie or something that respects the source material, then you're not gonna get that. But if it's something that you're expecting, you know, a so bad it's good, really 90s movie, then have at it. And besides, after a certain other movie that was an adaptation of a beloved franchise that I talked about not too long ago, I just don't know, man. I just don't even know. Okay, so meanwhile with the newer movie, it's not perfect, but it's pretty entertaining, and it's a nice little family movie that you can just go out and see with your family. It has a pretty neat animation style, and it looks similar to the games while looking a little different at the same time. The action is also very fun, and the characters, while not like the most deep characters ever, they're still pretty cool, and there's something the kids will like. And for all the people that's comparing that movie to the Sonic movies and having fandom wars over it, I really want you guys to stop. Let them coexist. You can like both, and even then, just don't try to argue with other people. And the thing is, neither of those movies are bad. They're both pretty good. They're pretty good at showing and representing what their source material was like. They like the fans while also respecting the newer audience as well and getting the next generation into these characters. Please don't argue. Though Sonic is better though. I'm not gonna be in this video alone, as there is a certain YouTuber that's really associated with gaming and gaming topics, and we're talking about movies based on video games. Why not talk about and help from that gaming YouTuber? Obama Gaming, have at it. Hello, my fellow Americans. As Obama Gaming, back for another video, and I'd like to thank Camden for having me in this video. But yeah, I agree. He has some very good points here, because the Mario movies, the new one was actually not that bad. Had a pretty decent story, pretty decent characters. It was overall decent, and it had a really good animation style. And I think everyone is gonna love it. Kids, the family, and especially the fans of this franchise, as it respects the source material, also bringing something new at the same time. Meanwhile, while the original movie, the 1993 movie with Bob Hoskins, it's a so bad it's good movie. It's kind of like The Room or Daredevil 2003. Something that you know is not good, but you don't care and you still enjoy the movie nonetheless. That's what I gotta say. Because, and also, Sonic movies are peak, but you also gotta let them coexist. Because you can't have fandom wars over stuff that's pointless. Even though, I like to say that I'm a very massive Sonic fan, because I met Shadow the Hedgehog one time, and he became my best friend, and me and Knuckles the Echidna are pen pals. But at the same time, me, Yoshi, and Luigi were playing golf the other day. That's all I gotta say, and my fellow Americans, good night. Thank you, Obama Gaming, for that presentation. I agree with Obama Gaming that this movie it's not like the next Spider-Verse or the Lego movie, but it's a pretty fun and entertaining movie. As for Illumination movies, I gotta say, between this and the first Despicable Me, they're tied for being the best. 7 donuts. It's for the greatest movie of all time, 4 donuts. And also, this wasn't a spoiler review, but here's some spoilers out of context that sums up the new Mario movie.
Alright, big fella, let's crash this party. Brace yourselves!
Can't believe my eyes going out of my mind. Wanna ask your lady to.
Hey guys.
Master.
Something doesn't feel right.
You little...
Anyways, you guys can watch the new Mario movie. You'll have a great time. Hope you like, comment, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, let me play Sonic Unleashed.